Hey everyone, I have a new setup, obviously. I was just moving some stuff around, picking up. This is the first time I've sat down since I got home. As you can see, I just kind of threw things in here. Most of my transfers from the launch day and stuff, everything are all in now except for one, which was the nice wings one, which appears to be back ordered. So, got a little bit of a new setup over here. Go ahead and find room for this somewhere. I'm still trying to decide what to put on this hat. So I've got like 5 of them. If anybody has suggestions, let me know. Go ahead and get my page up on my nice new laptop. There goes the hat. Okay. Let's see. Got so many nice new transfers. Picking one be hard. I think this is my favorite one. It's like, this house was clean yesterday. Sorry you missed it. It really could say this house was clean 5 minutes ago. Sorry you missed it. If you have pets, you know exactly what I mean. Things don't. I imagine if you have kids too, that nothing lasts. All right. Let's see. I'm going to just pull this one out to play with. Family is not an important thing, it's everything. I actually have an extra one of these if anybody wants one. And I'll post a link to the cart and stuff. But I'll post to my VIP group because I actually have one of these in stock because I mistakenly ordered 2 of them. And I also have like 4 of these, which I'll do another kit for that. So I'm going to pull both of those out. This week at work, it's been an insane week. I can't even describe the events of this week. Other than I got promoted, but it wasn't that good of a week for everybody else. Except for Courtney. She got promoted to my old job. Okay, so, alright, let me pull these out to get started. Still got some things around here. Hopefully I don't hit the camera on the tripod. Alright. So, if you're tuning in or out there, I'll give it a minute to let everybody know that I have gone live. I haven't been on Facebook since around this afternoon. Oh, I've got my nails to hang these up after. And, right. So, I'm going to start with this one and grab my towel. I did clean off a board, so I would have one ready. And let me see if my video Facebook has been going like really slow. Alright, here we go. Okay, I've got up so I can see the comment, so if you want to say hi or anything, go for it. I'm here. Take my sandals off. Alright, grab my towel. Which is pretty filthy. Definitely needs to be washed. It's time to wash it. Of course, the stuff that I've used, areas that I've used ink on, the towel's going to come clean, but the ink is going to leave some staining behind. If you're worried about that, and you've got old towels, just choose like a black towel. You'll never even notice them stained. But this is one of the really old towels that I had. Most of my towels are white, and those definitely would leave marks. So I'm going to take it out and fuzz it up. Put my water there so it doesn't fall. I think I've got this at a good angle that you can see it pretty easily. I will mention that the Keep It Simple, Simple Life, I used all those designs from one transfer. That is a last chance transfer. I didn't realize when I did it so this is, once it sells out, it's in the last chance section on my website. Once it sells out, that's it. It's not coming back. So just give anybody a heads up in case they like that. It has the little embellishment leaves, 2 of them, Keep It Simple, and then it's got Life, and you can mix it up however you want. And I do have a video from when I made that. if you go back and look through my videos and want to see it, just in case you're curious. So everything that's up there is stuff that I've made. Stuff behind me is all stuff that I've made. Okay, so. And check for the hangers on the back if you're going to end up hanging it up, which I definitely am. This goes perfectly with all my ancestry things. And I can feel it sticking, which is okay, because I can still pull it up. But if you hear it sticking and you can't pull it up, stop and go back and fuzz it some more. And I don't think I'm going to get too fancy with this one. I think I'm just going to do it all in like one. Maybe I'll do like an ombre effect. Or I fade into one color into another. I do want it nice and bright though. Let's see, I've got yellows. Got maroon, gray, green, white. Definitely use my sage because that's my light green, and all my family ancestry stuff, it always ends up being green. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my stir sticks, stir it up, and check it out. And I did just use this the other night, so it's nice and creamy, as you can see. This is one of the first colors that I got, and it's lasted quite a while. So I think I'm going to do green, and then I think I've got Dune, which is almost like an almond color. So like an off-white. So here's the white. You can see it's just off a little bit on it. So like kind of like sand, but not dark sand or anything, just like really light sand. All right, so let me check this, and it should be in good shape because I just mixed up a jar. I took out a jar of it from Melissa. So, yep. Okay, so this is good to go too. And it's be easy for me to reach if I turn it sideways. Hello. I can see people out there. Just feel free to say hi. Or even just hit like. And I'm just gonna plop this on top and bottom, and then I'm going to put Dune in the middle and see how it looks. I'm just being really messy with it, honestly, just getting it on there. I don't want to scrape it off too quickly because I want it to stay wet as long as possible. The new paste formula stays wet longer, but the older one, it dries pretty quickly, and I don't want it too dry when I go to pull it off. So I'm going to grab another one for my Dune. Pop that on in the middle. As you can see, I'm just putting it on there and then pretty much scraping it off. One of the nice things about being able to, kids to be able to do it, because be as messy as you want. Or you can be like my mom and be as messy as you want and be afraid to crack. And I did get a little bit, got a little bit of my almond on here, so I'm just going to try to get that off. The almond and the green aren't going to, if I mistakenly got some in the jar, it's not going to be a big deal because the almond is such a light color. I just want to get most of the excess off. And the reason you want to scrape off the excess is you don't want to waste the paste, but you will see, like, you would see lumps and stuff on it when you pull the transfer off. Okay, so I'm just going to take this and go like back and forth a little bit with the two colors to try to get them to fade in together a little bit. so you don't see such fine lines. It's just gonna look like it's mixing together, and then I'm just gonna scrape off the excess. And I'm gonna use a paper towel to take it off because I don't have a jar to put it in. When you scrape off the excess, you should easily be able to read what's underneath it. And I did go over the edge here a little bit, but I'll fix that up easily. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the corners to the top to get it going. Then I'm gonna pull from the center as much as possible. And I'm gonna try to look at it as I pull it up, because if any areas started to dry, it might, the chalk paste might get stuck in the mesh, but I kept it pretty wet and went over at the end, so it looks good. And just pull it up nice and slowly. You just definitely want to make sure that you don't stretch your transfer, so don't be in a hurry to like rip it off or anything like that. All right, so I did get a little bit on the edge here. Well, actually, I'm able to just wipe it up with my finger because it's still wet. But otherwise, you can use your detail tool or just take a Q-tip, dip it in water, and put it on. Sometimes it's easier to do that when it's dry, especially if it's close to the image, because if you're doing it when it's wet, you can mistakenly get this, you know. Sometimes I mistakenly stick my fingers in it. Hey everyone. Hi Melissa. Yeah, I keep rearranging my area, but I got this came in, so after work I started putting this together, and that will help me organize a little bit more. I probably could use a second one. So hopefully you can see this. You can see the green to do, so it's sage green to dune in the middle to sage green at the bottom. Just kind of like a faded in. So I have to put it back here. The light helps see a little bit better. Maybe. There's a little bit of a delay in Facebook, so it's hard for me to see what you can see. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit easier for you to see it. Don't fall. I like that. It's a nice detailed design. Like I said, I do have an extra one of those if somebody wanted to purchase them. Shipping is starting to pick up, go quicker, because they've got through the launch day orders where you had like 20,000 designers ordering all the new transfers. They've gotten through that now. They've got like another phase or two that they're for different things that they launched this past month, but it is picking up. But I can ship things a lot faster if I have it in stock. So I'm going to work on getting things in stock. And then so it'll be easier to ship them out, and you don't have to have a delay. Usually it's a delay of a week, but it's been longer than that because of the launch day orders. Once we get into March, they'll have all that done, and it'll hopefully be back to normal. Post office is getting more back to normal too. Part of my things were delayed because they were stuck in Tennessee because of the snow and the ice and stuff that they got, and it would just shut everything down for them. They were not expecting it. Yeah, I like that one. I have an extra one, Melissa. I don't know if you got that one or not, but I mistakenly ordered 2 with them. And then I'm also going to do this one because I absolutely love this one. This is the house was clean yesterday. Sorry you missed it. Just got to find a board to do it on. And I don't really want to use that. I wonder. Yeah. In the back of this one. Yeah, I'm just going to clean this one off from the back and use the back of this one. It'll only take me a second. So I'll show you quickly when I clean up a board. Just basically, usually I just spray it down with water. Leave it down there 10-15 seconds and then wipe it off. It really is that easy. Just stick in my eraser. And I do recommend the Couture erasers. I've been using the magic erasers, and I did give you a magic eraser for free when you sign up for the club or a designer. But as a designer, you also get these. But anybody else, it's just to get you started so you have everything that you need. But it's only like $1 more for 2 of them than the magic erasers. It just seems to work better. See, just erases it. The heart's taking a little longer because it was really thick paste. Then you just basically swirl it around. I'm not like using any muscle or anything to it. Just wiping it off. And it got on there, and I'm just gonna pop it in my water, rinse it out, and it'll come right out in the water. So as you can see, pretty much almost all came out. And I'm just gonna clean it off, wipe it down, and I'm just gonna dry it off so I can use it right away. Sorry, I just spilled a little bit of water on the new family one that I just did. I just wanted to dab it up. It didn't take the chalk paste off or anything because I just dabbed it because it's already started to dry. Alright, so this one here. Yeah, Melissa, I got an extra one of that one. I also got an extra of the huge Bless Our Home one. I don't know if Jen has that or wants one. I'm sure that I will use it because I'm going to make porch leaners and stuff with it. But just in case, I have an extra. Those are the two that I mistakenly ordered two of because I did two orders. There was a little glitch on launch day where the website showed things is not available. A couple of things, and so I had to do a second order, and I kind of messed up and double ordered two things. Which is fine. I will use them. Especially with all the family ancestry stuff that I do. See, as you can hear, this is really sticky. Stickier than that other one was. Usually like 5 or 6 times for the brand new ones, then after that like 3 times. It's just that initial stickiness. Alright, so if you feel it, it's still sticky, so it's going to stick to my board, okay? And let's see. And I usually line my transfer up with the top, and then I check it before I do it. Because I want to make sure that I've had a mistake before where I put it in here and then I couldn't read it all because I centered it. But this lines up so easily you'll still be able to read the bottom. I do have a little air bubble in it though, so I'm just going to pull it up and put it back down. Alright, I'm ready to go. So I'm going to do the Sorry You Missed It in yellow, nice and bright, or orange. I've been using orange a lot lately. I'm trying to stay away from orange for a little bit. I'm going to do my little Peachy Keen and Sorry You Missed It in yellow. Could do it in red, but this red on the black background doesn't stand out like I want it to stand out. So I'm going to check my colors. And squeeze it off. And I haven't used the peachy one in a little while, so I'll give it a little water. With the new paste formula, remember, you're not going to have to give it any water. It's just going to be good. And anybody that catches these videos, I do move the videos. Well, I don't move the videos. I keep them on Facebook, but I also copy them to my YouTube channel. So they're over there as well, depending on what you like to surf around at. Sometimes people, it's easier for them to see the videos on YouTube. Okay, and I'll check my yellow. Try to get in the habit of checking my paste first to make sure it's good, and the yellow looks pretty good. Then I can just go at it and start playing. Pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna do it. This house was clean yesterday. Sorry you missed it. Like, at least fool people into thinking that my house was clean yesterday. Ah, okay, there we go. Hopefully you can see this okay. It does look like a little dark on the camera, but I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. So I'm just So I'll show you a little bit easier. So just put it on nice and thick. So I'm just going to scrape the excess off, put it back in the jar, and do it again next time. And I'll show you when I scrape it off for anybody that hasn't seen it before. So once I get it thick like this, I just scrape it off. So you couldn't read what was below before, now you can. That's pretty much what I do. And then I use the excess that I scraped off down below. So it's kind of like put it on, scrape it, move it down. And I am getting pretty close to the edge. Not a huge deal. I don't want to mess up that last line, but if I go over the edge of the transfer, like I just did, I can easily wipe it down. And if you, this is a good size transfer to start off with at first, just because it's, as you can see, it's nice, easy, simple. And then you jump up to the next size, which is the B size transfer. And I'm going to use my little, one of the squeegees that I cut one last night in half so that I can use the smaller area, just because I don't need that big wide squeegee. I need something a little smaller so I don't pick up that Peachy Keen that I just put down. So I'll do below it, and then I'll get right up next close to it after I get done. I pretty much will put all any yellow I can back in before I mix them together and touch it really close. Alright, so here we go, and I'm going to pull it up, which is one of the best parts, is peeling it up so you can see the magic underneath. And hopefully you can see it well. So I'll get a grip on the sides, pull it up so that I can pull it in the middle. The smaller ones, it's easier to get a good grip on the board and pull it up at the same time. And I'm just looking at the letters, because if I notice something didn't go all the way through, or I missed a corner of a letter or something, which happens, I can pop it right back down. So all nice and clean. And as you can see, I went over the edge of the transfer. Not a huge deal. I'm just going to take my paper towel and wipe it off. My paper towel is a little wet from my hands and stuff anyway, sticking in the water. And just trim it up. And again, you can wait till it dries to do that if you're nervous about getting close to the letters, depending on how close it is. But obviously, I've gone over the edge of the transfer lots of times. So I'm pretty used to it. So I love this. This is my new, I think this is my favorite transfer. Even though it's nice and simple, I love it. It's perfect. So I'm going to put that there, and hopefully the light will hit that so you can easily see it like the other one while I pick up my stuff. And I usually do spray a little bit, like if you have a jar, a little distilled water in it, or bottled water is fine. So that any air trapped in there will suck up the water I just put in and not dry out the chalk paste. Just kind of like a little trick with the older formulas. The new formula, you don't need to worry about it. All right. Don't be afraid to hit like, people. I can see you out there. I just can't see who you are. You're a mystery viewer. I've got several mystery viewers, which is fine. But if you have any questions, let me know, or anything you want to see. I have that huge pile of new transfers. And the one behind me is still bugging the heck out of me, the heaven one that I did upside down. I'm just going to dab this. I did get a little water on it when I was rinsing out the little eraser. But as you can see, I dabbed it, but it didn't take anything off. So if you do, like, I don't know, if you've got one up by your sink, for example, and you spray water, and sometimes it just gets everywhere around the sink. If this is hanging up by the sink, it's not, if you get a little bit on it, just dab it. Don't wipe, because if you do that, then you're putting a little pressure on it and you could smear it, but just dab it gently to get the water off, and it should be fine. See, I've got a little bit here running down. I didn't even notice that it hasn't taken off any of the design. Actually, I can, yeah. So I can touch it because it's all dry. It's already all nice and dry. I can hang it up Oh, my little family collection. Love it. Ah, did 2 projects in like 24 minutes. I mean, it is that simple and easy. And I even used 2 different colors on them. It's just really fun. I love doing it. I've got to get my ink back out again now that I've got a little more organized, a little more room. I have tons of extra large t-shirts to do, but I've got the hat, and I just cannot figure out what I want to put on it. So I'm definitely looking for ideas. We do have the Go Confidently in the Direction of Your Dreams one, which was the February transfer. Oh, and if anybody wants that one, let me grab this down to remind you what it looks like. You only have until February 28th to join the club in order to get this, because it is exclusive for club members and designers. I think to see it better, I might need to put it over like this. So it's got the 3 different sections in it: the Go Confidently in the Direction of Your Dreams, Live the Life You Have Imagined, and the arrows that you can mix and match them however you want. That after, so once we get March 1st, the new design for March will be out. At that point, you won't be able to get this one unless we're able to find somebody who didn't use it, or maybe a designer that got more than one, or somebody that got more than one in club. By mistake. Sometimes when you become a designer the same month you're in club, you might get a duplicate, which is what I did when I got the welcome one in December. That's how I got an extra one of that one. But also, if you join the club in February, you only have till Sunday to do it if you want. It's the $19.99 a month club membership, but you're getting a bonus in March of the A size transfer, the smaller size, with 2 of the new paste packets. Just as like a thank you for being a club member. Also in February, there's 15%, you get 15% off the startup kits, or Kickstart kits. They renamed them. They used to be called Kickstart. Now I think it's Jumpstart or something like that, where they'll bundle together things like a couple of boards with the basic tools that you need. They're around $50 to $60, but it gets you started. So you have everything that you need, along with the little free kit that I give out. Then you have everything you need to start. So there's also ones that have, the ink one is the only one not available. The other ones have got like the drying tool in it. So there's 3 of them currently out there that are available. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that. It reminded me that you only have until Sunday to do it in order to get this transfer and to get in for that bonus in March. And if you wait till March to join, that's fine. You get the normal transfer and everything every month, and a couple of 3 paste packets and the recipe instructions on, you know, some different ideas on how to use your transfer, but you won't get the bonus A-size transfer and paste packets if you wait to join until March. So I figured I'd just let everybody know, because I like getting free stuff. So if I like getting free stuff, I'm sure other people like getting free stuff. And the value is probably like, I don't know, $15 that you're getting in addition. And that's just for joining in February. So I think I'm gonna sign off. It's really bothering me that I can't think of something good for the hat. It is really bothering me. I'm not sure. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know. I could really use one right now. And hopefully your week is not as weird as mine has been. It's very event-filled, very interesting, sometimes very awkward. So hopefully next week is more predictable. I'm officially the Director of Financial Aid on Monday. Yay! So if you do have financial aid questions, you can always pop in and ask me those too, because I can answer them along the way, since I've been doing college financial aid for over 20 years. But honestly, this is more fun. It's more fun than doing financial aid and dealing with money and figuring out how to pay for college, especially if you don't want to take a student loan, because most students have to take student loans. And some parents just don't have a clue. But New York State does have the Excelsior program, so if your family does make money, is like the middle range income, you could actually get your tuition paid for, as long as your parents don't make too much money, which is like over $150,000 for the year. And I don't think too many people in our county area are up that high, unless you're a doctor maybe. All right, I am going to sign off. Thank you for viewing. Thank you all you mystery viewers who didn't want to identify yourselves or hit like. You can always share the video. I will post a link to my YouTube channel, so I know so that people can hit subscribe, and then it will just automatically pop up for you when I post them. And I usually post them each night after my live, but sometimes I get a little busier. I'm tired. Okay, I need ideas for the hat, people. Help me out. Think of something. Anything that you see that I've done. All right. Night, everyone. Nighty-night.